In this video, we're going to discuss accessing methods and variables from one script to another. I'm going to start off by explaining a little bit of the first ways I learned to do this in Unity, its limitations, when it can be used, and why you probably shouldn't use it in most contexts. I'll then show a better way of accessing variables and methods from one script to another, and also talk about alternative ways about accessing variables and methods from one script to another, but I'll leave those for a separate video. If we look at my scene here, I have created a mother object and a second object. Each the mother object and the second object currently has a script on it that I have created. Mother script, second script. The goal in this video is going to be able to access methods and variables from the mother script in my second script. So let's go into second script real quick. Second script is a script that has just been created. It is the default stuff that is in it. If I look at my mother script, you see that I've created a bool, m is on equals false, and a method, void change is on, bool change to, that just takes the bool that is given to it and changes the m is on to it. Very simple. Now the first thing to talk about here is protection level. By default, if you don't put private, public, protected, or any of that jazz in front of your methods and in front of your variables, it's going to be private by default. A private variable is only accessible within the class itself. So m is on is only accessible in the mother script class. To have it accessible outside of the class, you have to make it public. So that's what we're going to do here. Public bool is on, and we're also going to do it for here. Public void change is on. There we go. Now, let's go back to second script. In second script, I don't have access to m is on. For example, if I do m underscore is on, it doesn't actually give me an option because that's in the mother script class. To have access to stuff in the mother script class, let's start out with what I was shown in school. In Unity, what you can do is create a new variable, mother, and say, look through the current scene and find something with a certain name. So to do that, GameObject.find, and we're going to look for the mother object as such. It's going to look through the entirety of our hierarchy for something called mother object, and it's going to return that into our new variable right here, mother. This, however, only gives us access to the game object. To have access to the script on the game object, we're going to create a new variable, call it mscript, and we're going to say mother for the game object dot get component and look for mother script. Now, if we do mscript, we should have access to m underscore is on, as well as change is on, our method. So we now have access to both the variable we created and the method we created directly in a separate script. Let's just do true as such. This works. This is one of the ways that you can do this. However, there's a bit of an issue with using GameObject.find. The issue is, as I mentioned before, it looks through the entire scene for a game object of a specific name. The problem with that is if you have a scene of a few thousand game objects, which can happen with 3D scenes that have a lot of different props and environments and so on and so forth. When this happens, every time that you do GameObject.find, it looks through the entirety of the scene to find a game object of that name. The second problem with that is if you go into your scene and change the name of a game object, but forget to change it over here, you won't find it. So, to remedy this, what we can do is simply go up here, write public game object m_mother object as such. Take that, we'll remove the find altogether, and instead of looking for mother, we're going to put mMother object right here. And as you can see, it has access to the game object that we put as a public variable right here. If we go back to Unity and we select second object, you see that we now have mother object appearing in our second script, none game object. What we can do at this point is just take mother object, drag drop it over here, and now we have access to mother object in our second script. As such, what we can also do is one level deeper. So instead of taking a game object, mother object, and then getting its component directly on it, what we can do is directly here write mother script, mother, let's call it script. Here we go. As such, we can remove this line completely. And now we have access directly to the mother script in second script without having to do a find and without having to do a get component. If we go back here, you see that currently, as we change the name, it's gone back to none. However, if I do exactly what I did with the game object, take it, drag drop this over here, mother object, mother script appears, and we have access to it. Please note that to be able to do this, you have to have a game object with the script that you're looking for on it. For instance, if I take my camera and try to drag drop it, it doesn't let me. This is one of the simplest ways to be able to have access to one script or another directly in your scenes, creating these public variables right here. As such. However, the problem with having public variables such as this is that when you're trying to access second script from, let's say, a third script, you'll have access to these public variables. Sometimes that's not what you want. So a good way of dealing with that issue is having it private. As such, the problem with making it private, however, if we go back to Unity, is that we no longer have access to it in the inspector, so we can't do what we want. However, if we add in square braces and put in serialize field, it gives us the ability to have a private variable that is accessible in the inspector. So once again, you can select it, drag it over, you have access to it directly in the inspector, and it is a private variable. As mentioned at the start, there are many ways of getting access to variables from one script to another in Unity. Another method of doing so, if you want access to it absolutely anywhere, is using the singleton design pattern. I'll explain that in another video. It can get a little bit complicated.